Namaste everyone, very warm welcome to the session. I'm really glad that you guys are joining in live today. I hope you guys can hear me fine. Can one of you please confirm if you can hear me okay? Just say fine in the chat box. Yeah, you can hear me? Great. Okay, perfect. So today's topic is about COVID. We will talk about how to reduce the stress and how to manage the stress which we're experiencing because of COVID better, right? So that's the main topic for today. But before we go there, we will start off our session with a small mantra. So, Asatoma Satkamaya, we have practiced it before also. So let's start off with this mantra today. And what you need to do is you need to place your hands like this, left hand below, right hand on top, both of them kept in your lap. Yeah, so you keep both of these hands in your lap. And if you're sitting in cross-leg posture, then great. If you're not sitting in cross-leg posture, if you're sitting on a chair, then you put your right foot on top of your left foot, right? And then you close your eyes, sit with your back straight. Yeah, so just do this. Put your hands like this in lap. Sit with your foot crossed, back straight, comfortable, eyes closed. And now you can chant after me. Asato ma sadgamaya. Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya. Mrityurmamritangamaya. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Gently open your eyes and come back. Great. So let's get started with our session. So as I said, the topic is to understand how to manage COVID-19 related stress better. So many people are reaching out to me, and I also see around me, in my family, in my friend circle, everybody is so stressed out because of this situation, right? I mean, even if they have not got COVID yet, and they're still okay, but still the stress is there, right? And for genuine reasons, right? I mean, there are genuine reasons because the situation outside is very, very grim, right? So everybody is stressed out. So I thought that let me organize a session where I will give you some ideas, some tips on how to manage the stress better. And we will also delve into what should be your focus during this time period, right? Because if you focus on the negativity, right, then you will be more stressed out. But if you focus on positivity, then you will be less stressed out and you'll be able to manage it better, right? So we will talk about those things in this session today. We will start off with understanding a few concepts, learning a few things, and then once we have learned a few things and when we have understood a few concepts about stress, we will then practice a meditation, and we will try to calm ourselves down, right? So that's the overall agenda for today. So so take action, right? Whatever I'm going to tell you, ensure that you take action and you move a little bit towards your goal, because that will help you really calm yourself and put yourself in a better situation, right? So whatever I'm going to share with you, whatever tips I'm going to share with you, whatever meditations I'm going to share with you, ensure that you practice them, right? So that is very, very important for you to manage this better. Yeah. So let me first start by asking a question. How are you feeling today? So why don't all of you, just put it in the chat box. How are you feeling today? Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling sad? Are you feeling stressed out? Are you feeling positive? Are you feeling negative? Just put it in the chat box. Let me see how are you guys feeling today. Tired? Okay. Happy? Great. Positive? Stressed? Tired? Okay. Stressed? Feeling okay? Plateaued? Okay. Okay. Nice. Okay, anybody else? I think most of you have already put it. Yeah, stressed. Okay, great. So, so that's the first topic which I'm going to cover today, that why do we experience stress, right? So, so let's understand that why do we experience stress? Yeah. So the stress comes in because we don't understand and we don't appreciate the difference between reality and between feeling, right? So, let me just try to explain this to you a little bit with the help of some examples, and some real life examples from my life. So around couple of weeks back, me and my wife, we had planned to do many things on a weekend, right? So we created a list. Okay, we have to order this, we have to clean the house, we have to wash the clothes. We had a laundry list of things like all of us, all of you would also have, right? So we had a laundry list of things which we had to do. And, some of those tasks were very urgent and some of those tasks were like, we can manage it even during weekdays, right? So we prepared this list. And then on Sunday night, when we were going to bed, my wife tells me, our, full weekend passed away, but we did not do anything. She was under that impression that we did not do anything, right? But I was keeping a track of that list and I told her, Astha, we completed this, we did this, we did this, we did this, we did this, and we started ticking and we realized we have accomplished at least 60-70% of the things which we had planned for, right? Which itself is a big achievement because we had created a big list of things, right? And some of those things were not so urgent, so they could have been done later also, right? So the feeling which she had, the feeling which she had that we did not do what we had planned for is what was causing stress, right? Is what was causing, giving her a feeling that another weekend passed away, right? Because, weekend on weekend on weekend, we keep on planning things, but we don't accomplish everything, right? And then that builds up, right? And then you start feeling that, there are so many things to do, but you're not able to focus on things, right? You're not able to do the right things, right? So, so that was that feeling which was causing stress in her, right? So, but then when I told her the reality, when I said, no, we have almost done 60-70% of the things and the most important ones are already done, that is when she said, okay, yeah, now I think this weekend was good, right? And then she, the stress reduced and then she went to sleep, right? So, the point I'm trying to make here is that most of the times we live in that feeling, right? We don't live in reality because that's the nature of our mind, right? Our mind, generates so many emotions that we live in that feeling. The feeling might be of stress, the feeling might be of, unhappiness, the feeling might be of negativity, the feeling might be of sadness, the feeling might be of, feeling lost in life, anything it could be, right? But maybe that's not the reality, so that is what you need to question yourself, that what you're feeling today, is this a reality or is it just a feeling, right? And if you will try to identify a difference between those things, you will start realizing that a lot of things in your life is just a feeling, but the reality is entirely different, right? So, like I gave you this example, another example from my office, one fine week, I was thinking that there are hundreds of things to do and I'm sort of losing control of everything. I'm not getting an idea whether all the projects are on track, are we meeting the timelines, are we able to do things or not, and whether everybody is able to, deal with whatever challenges are coming in or not. I was feeling a little lost, right? So what I did is, I created an Excel sheet. I listed down everything which is to be done. And generally, I don't have a habit of listing down things. I have a habit of remembering everything because I trust my memory more than all those Excel sheets out there, right? So, but I created a list of things and then suddenly I just looked through those things and I said, everything is sorted, right? Things are not so bad. It's just a feeling which I have in my mind, which is causing stress and which is making me feel as if a lot of things are not being done, right? So most of the times, the thing which causes stress in our life is the feeling, it might not be the reality, right? and which is what we need to be more and more aware of, right? So we need to be more and more aware of our mental process. What kind of thoughts our mind is producing. Is it producing negative thoughts? Is it producing positive thoughts? Why is it producing these thoughts? Is there something really wrong, or it's just a feeling which is there in my mind which is causing a lot of stress in my life, right? So we need to be aware of those things if we want to get rid of any stress, right? And I will talk about COVID related stress in a while. But if you have to get rid of stress and if you have to manage ourselves better, then we have to manage this mental process better, right? If we manage this mental process better, then we will be able to focus, we will be able to manage things better, and we will be more connected to the reality, and we will not live in our perceptions, right? Because most of the times we live in that perception, and that perception or that feeling causes stress, right? So this is the fundamental reason why we are stressed out, right? Because that feeling itself is there, right? Now, and this is the nature of the mind. Like I said, mind has a tendency to focus on negativity, right? And that is also one of the reasons why you look at any news channel, you look at any newspaper, you look, all social media posts, most of the times you will see negativity, right? There will be very few posts where there will be positivity, but most of the times there will be negativity, which you will find everywhere around you. The reason is that mind is so much focused on negativity, right? You have to really take that journey from negativity to positivity. And to do that, you have to take care of your mind, right? You have to really pull your mind out of that negative state and move into a positive state. Because if you do not do it, it won't happen on its own, because everything around you will always look negative, because that's what our mind, looks at. And in fact, you can compare it to any situation in your life, whether it's at work, people always look at what was not done, but hardly they look at what was done, right? Or you look at maybe somebody cooked a dish for you. If the salt is less, you will always focus on that salt is less, but you will never focus on that the dish has been cooked really properly. Apart from salt, everything is great, right? We don't focus on that. We focus on that salt is less. Can you put proper salt next time onwards? We focus on those things. That's the general state which most of us are in, right? So when we make a conscious attempt to move from that state where we are focused on negativity to positivity, that is when we can reduce the stress which we are experiencing, right? But if we do not make a conscious attempt, if we are not aware of our mental process, then most of the times we'll be stressed out, right? So that is, this is what you need to remember, and you need to practice in your life, right? I'll tell you how to practice it, but this one principle which you need to practice in your life, right? Now, if you look at COVID, right? So I was just looking at some numbers, and, you can always challenge these numbers, but at least, the numbers which are there in the, they're available on the internet. If you look at that, India has a 99% COVID recovery rate, right? Or, even if you look at a number at worldwide level, it is 98%, right? So 98% people are able to recover through COVID, right? But what our mind is focused on is that 1% or that 2% who have not been able to recover or who have lost their lives, right? Because of which we are causing a lot of stress in our, in our life, right? Now, the problem which I have with all this is, if you keep yourself more stressed, and let's say tomorrow you get this disease, tomorrow you get COVID, or, some of you might already be infected. But if your mind is not in the right situation, if you have not worked on your mind, if you're not mentally aware, then it will be very difficult for you to manage this. It will be very difficult for you to manage that situation. You will always be negative, right? And don't assume that, today you are negative, but tomorrow if something happens, then you will become positive. It won't happen, right? Today you have to become positive so that tomorrow also you stay positive, right? So, that's how the journey works. If you are positive, you stay positive. If you're negative, you become even more negative, right? So even if the situation is grim, even if, there is a lot of, in the second wave, especially a lot of people are dying, even if that is happening, you still have to focus on the positive number. You still have to look at positive things which are happening, that there are so many people who are able to recover. There are a lot of people, even in my family, I've seen a lot of people just recovered at home. They never needed any oxygen support, any hospital care, any intense medicines, nothing they needed, they recovered at home, right? Look at those things more, right? I'm not saying that, don't live in reality, just move away from all the negativity which is out there. That's not the case. But at this point in time, when you really need to take care of yourself, you have to take care of your body, you also have to take care of your mind, right? And when you take care of your mind, you will have more power, more strength to deal with this situation, whether you get it or some of your family members get it, or even if you don't get it, but still because of all the extra work which has come up, sanitization, going out is a challenge, getting things is a challenge, but you have to stay positive, right? That is something which is in your hands. You are responsible for it, right? Nobody else is responsible for it, right? So focus on the positive side, right? And on this note, let us look at what is in your hands, right? So in your hands, you can take precautions, right? So you can wear mask, you can maintain social distance, you can wear gloves, you can avoid going outside, you can wear a PPE kit if you're going in a crowd, right? You can do those things, right? But that is in your hands, right? Plus building your immunity, taking vaccine, all of these things are in your hands, right? That you build your immunity, you take care of your body, you take care of your mind, you take care of your emotions, you eat the right food, you stay healthy, right? All of those things are in your hand, right? Not stepping out unless urgent, this is in your hand, right? Keeping medical contacts and advice handy, this is in your hand, right? So these things are in your hands, right? Keeping yourself and your family stress free, right? That is in your hands, right? So these are 4 or 5 things which are in your hands. Just focus on these things, focus on things which are in your hands. Don't focus on things which are not in your hands. These days people are telling me that they are getting COVID and they don't even know from where they are getting it. It's fine, but it's not in your hands. Tomorrow if it happens to you, it happens to you, right? You cannot do anything, right? So what do you do with it? You deal with that situation. But if you're not stress free, if you're stressed out, if your mind is stressed out, then you will not have the strength, you will not have the power to deal with that situation effectively, right? And which will cause a lot of trouble. Even 2 days back, somebody was messaging me. So they mentioned that they recovered from COVID, but they have a lot of fear of after COVID, what will happen, something else will go wrong, this will go wrong, that will go wrong. So understand that all of that is a figment, it's a figment of your imagination. It is something which your mind is producing, right? I'm not saying nothing will go wrong, everything will be perfect. Things can go wrong, right? You cannot stop it. But the more you focus on those things, the more trouble you will cause yourself, and the more you will attract those things also. So that's also true, that the kind of vibrations we set in the environment, those are the kind of vibrations we attract. So if you start sending negative vibrations in the environment, you will start attracting negativity. If you're so fearful that you will get some post-COVID issues, or during COVID you will not be able to recover, if you bring that fear within yourself, if that fear becomes strong, then it will become truth also, right? Then it will become truth also, and you will be in a very bad situation there, right? But if you stay positive, you say, doesn't matter, whatever happens, I'll take care of it, right? I will manage it somehow, and I'll tell you a few more things which you need beyond medicine on how to manage it. So I'll come to that. But if you stay positive, if you stay really active, you say, no, I'll take care of myself, I'll build my immunity, right? Let's see what happens, let this virus come, we will see, right? We will take all precautions, we will do whatever is to be done, but we'll come out of it. When you stay with that positivity, right? So you're sending the positive vibrations. So even if this happens to you tomorrow, you will have more strength, you will have more power to deal with it, right? And there is nothing more enabling than that, right? So there's nothing more enabling yourself with the power of your mind, with the power of your emotions, with the power of your body. If you enable yourself with that, then that is the biggest enabler you can have in your life, right? Any motivational talk, any external thing doesn't help. If you take care of this body, this mind, these emotions, that itself is such a huge power that it can help you overcome this challenge if it comes in your life, right? Or if it has already come, then you really need to work on these things and, make yourself much more strong at all levels, at your physical level, mental level, emotional level, even at your energy level, right? So that, you deal with this with full force and you come out of it, right? And there are so many people who are coming out of it, right? So you take example from them and you come out of it whenever that happens, right? So on this note, what I want to share with you is that you have to take that journey from feelings to reality. You have to start looking at things as it is, right? Because most of the times we look at things basis our perceptions and basis our past experiences and basis our, the kind of stories we have been telling ourselves, right? Most of the times we look at situations like that. But you have to move from feelings to reality, and you have to start looking at things as it is. You have to start focusing on things as it is. If something is bad, you look at it as bad. If something is good, you look at it as good. You don't make any other judgments or any other misconceptions about it, right? So that's what you have to do. And on this note, I want to share three things with you on how you can move from that journey of feelings to reality. One way is that rather than living outside in, you should live inside out, right? Rather than living outside in, you should live inside out, right? What does this mean? So when I say that you live inside out, it essentially means that you are so connected with yourself and you are so strong within yourself that anything which comes, it does not touch you, it does not touch you, right? Or it does not impact you, even if something goes wrong at work, at home, in your personal life, in your social life, or, COVID hits you tomorrow, still it does not impact your inner core, right? At your inner core level, at your mental level, at your emotional level, you're so strong and you're so connected with your inner self that you're living inside out, right? If your inside is happy, and, for most of us, our inside is always happy, right? When we take a journey within ourselves, we realize that we are very happy from inside. It's just that externally on the surface, we feel we are very tensed. On the surface, we feel we are very stressed. But when we look within ourselves, we start realizing that this life is very beautiful and we are really happy and we are very strong, right? So you have to focus on that inner self. You have to take a journey within using meditation, using mindfulness, using any spiritual practices, so that you stay in touch with your inner self and you start living inside out rather than living outside in, right? Because that is one of the most biggest problems with people, that, they live outside in. Something happens, they get so stressed out, right? I mean, they have given their remote in somebody else's hands, right? It's like that. So for example, Anirban is here. So it's like I've given my remote in Anirban's hand, and Anirban, says something to me and I get angry, right? So it's like, I've given my remote to him, right? Now, why do you want to give your remote to anybody, right? You should be in full control of yourself, right? You should be in control of how you feel, how your mind behaves, how your body behaves. That's how you should live your life, right? Why do you want to give your remotes in somebody's hands, right? Why do you want to give your remote in COVID's hand, for example? Why do you want that virus to define how your life should be, how your mental state should be, right? You should not, right? You should keep your remote in your hands, right? And live inside out, right? Then drop your identities, right? So most of the times, all the mental trouble, all the mental diarrhea, all the stress which we face is because, we are not in touch with who we are, right? We are not in touch with who we really are. Why are we here? What is the purpose of this life? Why am I doing what all I am doing? What is the objective? What is going to happen, when I die, right? We are not in touch with these things. And because of which, we pick up so many identities from outside world. We pick up identity that I am a manager, I am a father, I am a mother, I am a housewife, right? We pick those identities and we start living as per those identities, right? Which also causes a lot of stress in our life, right? Because the moment COVID comes, you have picked up an identity that you are a parent, right? And now you're bothered about your children, right? Now you're really bothered that what will happen to my children if something happens to me, drop all that, right? Because all of that is not going to help you out, right? It will just make you more and more stressed, which will, reduce your capacity to deal with this situation, right? So look at how can you drop your identities, how can you get rid of these things, and how can you make a journey within so that you really know who you are, right? Rather than picking up all the external identities which you have picked up, how can you be really in touch with yourself, right? So focus on that and ask yourself this question, that who are you without your story, right? So like I talked about all the identities, everything which you have been telling yourself is just a story, right? Because it's going to end one day, right? So, you were born on a certain day, 80 years from then or 100 years from then, you will die, right? And if it was truth, then it will always remain, right? But it never stays, right? It always dies, everybody dies. So whatever we are telling ourselves in between is just a story, right? And you should ask yourself, who are you without your story, right? And if you ask yourself that who are you without your story, this is what will bring a very profound impact on your life. And this is what will help you really connect with your core. This will help you connect with your inner self. And this will help you come more and more close to your inner self, right? So when that happens, you will see that you are so powerful at your inner core, right? So it's like, you have an engine, and outside of that engine, there is a lot of mud, there is a lot of grease, and there is a lot of oil outside of it, right? And you suddenly start feeling that this engine is not working anymore. This engine has become old. Maybe there is rust, right? But then you open the engine, right? You open the engine, you think, okay, let me open it and check whether it is fine or not, right? And when you reach to the core of the engine, you realize that this engine is so powerful. There is no rust there is no oil leakage there is no mud, there is no dirt there, and it's so pure, right? So similarly, we are also like that, right? So this, all of whatever we are living, it's like that muddy engine, and mud is just at the surface, right? But when you take a journey within, you will start realizing how beautiful, how joyful, how wonderful you are, right? And when when you connect with your inner self and you realize these things, then anything which happens externally does not impact you, right? And in fact, when you're connected to your inner core, everything which happens around you is most of the times pleasant, or even if it is not pleasant, you have that energy and that intent to make it pleasant, right? So focus on these things, right? So these are the most important things which you need to focus on in this situation, especially, right? Because the more and more you're focused on external circumstances in this situation, the more and more trouble you will cause yourself, and it's not helpful, right? All this trouble is not helpful, right? Let's get it straight. Yeah. Now focus on your purpose, right? Focus on your purpose. Ask yourself, what is the purpose of life, right? Focus on that. Why am I here? What is the objective of me taking birth on this planet? Why am I going to die one day? Why can't I live forever? Ask these questions to yourself, right? Then you will understand what is the real purpose of life, right? And then also create a purpose which is beyond you, right? So for example, all these weekly meditation circles which I've been organizing, right? So it's a purpose beyond me, right? Even if I am busy, I want to spend my Sunday with my family, watch a movie or do something, I'm leaving all those things and I'm coming to these sessions because it's a purpose which I've created for my life, that I want to do these things, and I want to put even, if I can put even 1% impact on somebody's life, that's going to be a big achievement for me, right? So that's a purpose which I've created for myself, which is beyond me. It is beyond me. And all of this, whatever I'm doing, all the paid sessions also which I do, they are at a very low cost. I'm just covering my expenses, right? I'm not making any profit out of it, right, at this moment. So all of this is not for money, it's not for me, it's not for my own thing, but it's for you guys, right? It's for people who are joining in, it's for people who are connected, right? So there's a purpose which I have created for myself, right? Similarly, you should have a purpose in your life which is something similar. What are you doing to put that 1% positive impact on this world, right? Ask yourself, right? Are you helping somebody, some underprivileged students, get a better education? Are you working for the environment, making this environment better? And there are so many problems to solve, right? Are you working on some waste management? Maybe you're helping some NGOs manage waste better, so that we make this earth a more cleaner place to live in. What are you doing, right? Ask yourself, right? And if you're not doing something, then it's time to identify a purpose for you, because once you become focused on your purpose, you start moving beyond the idea of you. And when you start moving beyond the idea of you, all the stress which you're experiencing, all the issues you're experiencing in life, they just go away. They just go away. You don't experience all these issues anymore, because now don't have any time for all that, right? And once you start implementing your purpose, you start realizing how beautiful your life becomes, right? And once your life becomes beautiful, then again you're out of everything. You're out of all the tensions, you're out of all the mental diarrhea which you're causing to yourself, right? So focus on these things, very very important. Focus on purpose. Yeah. Now, one last thing which I want to share with you, that you need three things to overcome this situation. If you get COVID, or if you have already recovered from it, or you currently have COVID, you need three things beyond medicine to recover from it fully. And these three things are: first is mental strength. I've talked about it a lot. I've told that you need to be strong physically, mentally, emotionally, so that you can overcome this situation. So this is very, very important. So maintain a strong mental strength, do some meditation, do some mindfulness practices, so that your mind becomes really powerful. Yeah. Then second is trust, right? So now in life, it is very important to trust everything which is happening. We have to trust life, right? So any transaction which you do in life, don't consider it to be a transaction between you and the other person. consider it to be a transaction between you and life. And when you look at transactions in that way, you will start realizing, how wonderful these things are, right? And you will start getting all the help from life, right? Because now you will start interacting with life, almost on a regular basis. Through each and every transaction, you are interacting with life, right? And when you interact with life, only emotion which you can have is of trust, right? So in this situation, if you get COVID, or you face any challenge, trust your life. If you get some medical help, trust it. You want second opinion, take it, right? That's also fine. But trust what is happening around you, right? If you, let's say you get hospitalized or something happens drastic, still trust the treatment which you are getting, right? Because if you will not trust, if you will stay in fear, if you will, if you will doubt everything, then your recovery process will become challenging. Then your mind will not support you in that recovery process, right? So whatever happens, you trust, right? Trust is very, very important, right? And finally, maintain a lot of positivity and joy in your life, right? I mean, if you're not joyful, take external help, watch comedy shows, some nice movies, listen to a beautiful song, but keep yourself happy, keep yourself joyful, stay positive, right? These are the things which are important to help you recover in case you get it, right? So mental strength, trust, and positivity and joy, right? So beyond medicine, right? Medicine is very, very important. I'm not, saying it's not important, but these things you need to add on top of it so that you recover fast, right? And on this note, I want to introduce you to meditation, so those of you who are not already meditating on a regular basis. So now next 2-3 slides are for you. That meditation is a tool to achieve all this, all the positivity, joy, mental strength, trust, connection, love, connecting with your inner self, transforming your energies, transforming your health, right? So meditation is a tool to help you achieve all this, right? Because life is a game of energy, right? Life is a game of energy. If you have energy, then you can deal with any situation, while if you do not have energy, then you cannot deal with situations, right? So, and meditation is a tool which helps you get a lot of energy, right? So there are various sources of energy, food and sleep, people around us, situations around us, right? These things give us energy. Similarly, meditation gives us energy. And in fact, this is the one of the most important sources of energy, which a lot of people do not access, right? Which a lot of people do not make use of, right? Making their life, they don't live great lives, because the energy in their life is less, right? So if you are feeling stressed out, if you are feeling that you need something more in life and you're not happy with your current life, then meditation is an answer to it, right? And that is what we are going to, practice in this session as well, right? And the quality of your life will depend upon what is the energy level you have, whether you have low energy, whether you have medium energy, whether you have high energy, right? So your quality of life will always depend upon this, right? So maybe if you guys can quickly just put in the chat window, what is your energy level now, right? I mean, are you feeling low? Are you feeling medium? Are you feeling high? Also think what is your energy level generally, right? So just put low, medium, high. How are you feeling? Let's see. Low, medium, great, high. So Anirban is practicing meditation daily, so his energy level is high. Low right now. Medium, low, correct. Right? So if you observe properly, in case you're not meditating, in case you're only dependent on food and sleep, people around us, situations around us to take care of your energy levels, then most of the times it will either be low or medium, right? But with meditation, with spiritual practices, with all that, with all the, all the knowledge which I'm giving you, right? If you start imbibing these things in your life, your energy level can become really positive and your energy level can become really high, right? And there is a possibility that at all times in your life, you stay high on energy, right? And when you stay high on energy, like, if you remember your childhood, when you were a 10-year-old or an 11-year-old kid, you had such high energy in your life that even if somebody tells you that run 1 kilometer and come back, you will just go 1 kilometer and come back, right? And you will not feel tired, right? It will be a play for you. It will be a game for you, right? So, that's how we were. But over a period of time, the energy levels start reducing, right? And when it starts reducing, that is the time, when we really need to become meditative, and when we need to start practicing meditation on a daily basis, right? Because only when you do something on a daily basis, that is when it helps you, right? If you do not do it on a daily basis, then obviously it will not give you the right results, right? So like you eat food daily, you sleep daily, you need to meditate daily, right? So that's the message which I wanted to share with you. And a little bit more about meditation. So meditation is it's a process of receiving, absorbing, retaining, and using energy, right? So in meditation, you receive energy from the divine, you absorb it, you retain that energy, you use the right tricks to retain that energy, and then you use that energy to overcome the challenges which you are facing in your life, right? So it's a step-by-step process which we do in all the meditation practices. And when you retain and use these energies, that is when you become meditative. And when you become meditative, all aspects of your life become meditative. That is when you live stress free. That is when you live stress free, and the stress which you're experiencing today reduces drastically, right? So hence meditation is a very important tool. Before you do anything, before you practice anything in life, you should look at how can you become meditative, because once you become meditative, you will see that suddenly your life is getting transformed. You're moving from a poor quality or a medium quality life to a very, very high quality life. Your experiences are becoming more profound. You are really enjoying this life. You're really becoming joyful. You're really becoming, happy in your life, right? That is what you will start feeling, once you become meditative, right? So on this note, we will now practice being of light meditation. It's a fundamental meditation technique which I teach in most of my programs. So, we will practice this together. It will be around 20 minutes. I will guide you through all the instructions. You just need to sit with your back straight, palms open. So palms have to be kept like this on your knees and with your eyes closed, right? So that's how you have to sit. And I'll guide you. Yeah, I'll just give you instructions in a while. So yeah, so this is what we will practice. But before we do that, I just need 30 seconds to switch on the music. So in the meantime, just find a place to sit properly so that you are comfortable during this meditation. If you need any support, you can take a back support also. You can take support of a wall, you can take support of a cushion. All that is fine. One second, guys. I'm just facing a little bit of technical issues. Just give me 30 seconds more. My system crashed, because of which I'm not able to open a few things. Okay, great. We are all set. I'm just sharing my music. Can you hear the music fine? Yeah, okay, great. So we will now practice being of light meditation. Please sit with your back straight. Take off your spectacles if you're wearing. Keep your hands with your palms open on your knees. And throughout the meditation, keep your head straight, or you can even keep it slightly upturned so that it doesn't come down. And if you're sitting in cross-leg posture, then great. And in case you're sitting on chair, then you can put your right foot over the left foot. Your back should be straight. If you want any support of wall or any pillow or any cushion, that's fine, not an issue. But don't rest your head on anything. Now focus on your breath and become more and more aware of it. Now see that your breath is going into all parts of your body. Breathe in positivity and breathe out all the negativity, pains, negative emotion which you are just experiencing, and become totally relaxed. Completely relax your body. And feel connected to your body. Now your mind is also relaxed. And your emotions are also relaxed. Now feel that you are connected to the source of divine light, and divine light is showering upon you from up above. If you want, you can also raise your hands to all the light. Divine light is now entering your body from the top of your head, and it is now filling your head region, your face region. The divine light is now filled in your neck region, your shoulders, your right hand, your left hand, your chest and upper back. The light is now filled in your stomach and lower back region. It's now filled in your waistline, your right leg, and your left leg. And now your entire body is filled with divine light. Now do a quick scan of your body from inside, from head till toe. And if you see any negativity, any dark areas, any negative emotions, then inject light into those areas. If you're not able to inject light into any of the dark areas, then you can imagine as if you have a sword made of light, and with this sword you can cut across that area. Another scan of your body from inside, from head till toe. And if you see any dark areas, negativity, pain, then inject light into those areas, ensuring that the light is filled in each and every cell of your body. Do one more scan of your body from inside, from head till toe. And if you see any negative areas, then inject light into all those areas and completely fill your body with divine light. Now your entire body is filled with divine light, and the light is now penetrating through your skin, and your skin is now glowing as if you are the moon. Feel one with the divine light, and in this moment, drop all your identities, negativities, attachments, and see yourself as a pure being of light. See yourself as a very joyful, blissful, happy, enthusiastic, and an energetic human being. You are completely stress-free, fully connected with yourself. You are a being of light, emitting positive vibrations in this world. Now, as a being of light, we will practice light mindfulness. In this activity, we will observe all the thoughts which are coming into our mind, and we will inject light into them. As we will inject light into these thoughts, we will see that these thoughts are vanishing away. So remembering that you are a being of light, watch all the thoughts which are coming. Do not resist them, let them come. And as they come, inject light into them and see them vanishing. Stay focused, do not get distracted. Keep observing all the thoughts which are coming into your mind and injecting light into them and see them vanishing. Keep observing your thoughts and injecting light into them, remembering that you are a being of light. Now take 3 deep breaths. Feel connected to your body. Gently move your fingers and toes. Rub your hands against each other. Place them on your face. Gently open your eyes and then rub your hands all around your face and on your body. And come back with a gentle smile. Be happy that you meditated today. Thank you. So that was being of light meditation. Is everybody back? Yes. Great. So that was being of light meditation. You can practice it once in a while. I'll share it with you guys. So, just one more announcement I have before we close session for today. So as you already know that, I talked about energy, right? So mind is a big energy leaker, right? I mean, the more and more thoughts we have in our mind, the more and more, we are, we get a lot of this mental diarrhea, we leak a lot of energy, right? So keeping that in mind, I'm organizing a mind to no mind workshop, which will help you reduce the thoughts and the mental diarrhea which you are experiencing. So those of you who have been part of my 5-day WhatsApp class, this is an advanced session to it. Yeah, so this is the next step of it, in which we will learn some advanced techniques. So we will learn aspects of worry-free life. We will do an exercise on that. Then we will learn some advanced techniques to reduce the mental diarrhea. And then we will practice a 1 hour long meditation called mind to no mind meditation. It's a very, very powerful one. So it's an advanced session. If you have already done my WhatsApp class, then this is an advanced session to it. I'm just charging 299 rupees for it, a small fees for this session, because I want only 15 odd people to join in. Yeah. I don't want hundreds of people to be there. So, so it's going to be a closed group session, and we will have it next Sunday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Right. So 7 or 7:30, it will run up to 2.5 hours, right? So that will be the duration. It's going to be very, very powerful, right? So if you're interested, then do join in. And if you're already part of the energy transformation program, then, this is free for you. Then you don't have to pay anything additional. There's already included with that. Yeah. So if you're interested in this, I will post more details on the group, but here is the registration link. So I'll just put it on the chat. You can register for the session here. So mind to no mind workshop. Right, so you can register here. Plus, I promised all of you that if you join this session, I will give you a free access to my meditation course. So here is the free access, free meditation course. Right, so you can access the free course through this. For those who have done the WhatsApp class, this has recordings of the WhatsApp class, the latest batch, but it also has some WhatsApp class videos on, what is meditation, what are the qualities of a meditator. There are various aspects which I have covered in this meditation course, right? So if you have already gone through the WhatsApp class, then you don't need to watch the entire thing, but you can watch 4 or 5 videos at the start of the course, right? That will give you a little more perspective on meditation. Yeah. So that's how this course is structured. So do join in for the workshop if possible, because it's going to be really powerful. And, this will help you reduce the thoughts in less than, if you practice this mind to no mind meditation for 7 days on the go, you will start experiencing a lot of bliss and a lot of peace in your life, right? So it's very, very powerful. So do come in. Yeah. So, okay. So time for questions. Let me know if you have any question, or if you want to share anything, or, want to ask any issues which you're facing in your life, then please feel free to ask now.
Kunal, this is Anirban.
Yeah.
So the links which you pasted there, could you please share those links to the WhatsApp group?
Sure. I'll do that. I'll do that after this session. I will do. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Thanks. I have no question. It was really a great session.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, anybody else? Any question, any reflections, any thoughts?
Hello.
Hi.
Kunal sir.
Yes, sir. Tell me.
Sir, just I have one query because after a long gap, means intermittently I have not joined the classes from the start. I don't know.
Sure.
Okay, because we had been impacted by the COVID and the post-COVID. So I could not attend your classes. So to start with from the scratch, how I have to proceed is my question.
So, so whatever, I'm sharing with you, it's not sort of a journey, right? I mean, there is nothing like a journey
Connected.
so far. We have been doing various sessions on different topics. What I'll suggest is you go through this meditation course, this link which I've shared now. I'll put it on the group as well. So go through this link, go through this session. So you will find a full curriculum here, right? So once you go through this curriculum, right, I'll just give a quick overview to everybody. So, right, so it's just opening, it's taking a little bit of time, but you will find a full curriculum there. Just go through it. That's going to give you a very good start in your meditation journey, right? And you can share this with other people in the family also. So, this will help you get started on your meditation journey, right? So if you have not followed so far, it's fine, but just go through this course and you will find all the details. Yeah. So, this starts with introduction to meditation, qualities of a meditator, what meditation is not, how can you become meditative, right? So this covers all the fundamentals, and then it covers some WhatsApp class recordings of the sessions which I've done. So even the meditation which we practice today, it's available here. So, so you can practice this. Yeah, this will be very helpful. Right. And then if you want, you can also register for this Mind to No Mind workshop or any other workshops which I'm organizing. This will help you get more ideas, right, of meditation and how to become even better at it. Right. So this is the
sir. Thank you.
registration page for it. Yeah. So you can do that.
Okay. Thank you so much.
No problem. Any other questions from anybody? Anything else anybody wants to share or ask?
Sir, already we have attended 5 days workshop now, sir.
Yeah.
You have taught us different meditations, being of like love and meditation, everything.
Yeah.
But in what way it differs from that 5 days courses for this registration link?
This Mind to No Mind workshop you're asking about?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So basically, this Revati ji, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay, great. So basically, see, whatever I've taught you, those are the only things which I could teach you in 5 days, right? But there are many more things. So in this workshop, I'm going to share with you some advanced techniques, and also we will have some working sessions, right? So if let's say you're facing some issue in your life, which is producing a lot of thoughts, so within this workshop itself, you will be able to get an answer to that question and you will be able to solve it, right? So this will be more of an hands-on session, and you will be able to reduce some of those things then and there in the workshop as well, right? So whatever we have done till now, that was like it was a journey which we did, but now this will take you even 2 more steps ahead, right? So this will be little advanced, and it will be more of a working session which will help you get rid of some of the challenges which you are facing in your life. Yeah. So it's going to be really powerful, beyond what we have done. It's going to be some new things. I'm not going to repeat anything which we have done. We'll not practice being of light. That's already done, but we'll practice new things, which will help you even more.
Thank you.
Sure. Okay. Anything else? Any other question from anybody?
Thank you, Kunal sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, then we will close the session. So we will again close with the same mantra which we practiced at the start of the session. So please close your eyes, sit with your back straight, keep your hands in your lap, left hand below, right hand on top. And you can repeat after me. Asato ma satgamaya Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Mrityurmamritangamaya. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Open your eyes gently. Thank you so much for joining in. Have a great week ahead. I'll see you next Sunday. Thank you. Bye-bye.